Mid-Atlantic Rock Review's Marmy Rock Show. We are here 2 weeks later with the Veer Union. We've got all the guys from the Veer Union here, so welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
So, hey, it's great talking to you guys again, and you're winding down the tour, I guess, one more night after this, I think, or...
One more show, yeah.
One more show. So, reflect back a little on the tour. Tell us how things have been going on the tour, and any interesting tour adventures you might like to share with us on the show.
Let's start from the beginning. We weren't ready for the Puddle of Mud tour because we only had like 3 days to rehearse for that tour, which was insane. Then we just got up on stage and we were kind of like, what are we playing next? And it's like, I don't know how to play that, just go with it. There was a lot of that for the first part of the tour, which was awesome. And then our headliner, it was really interesting. We learned how to drink and play again, which was great. And now we're on the Red Tour, which has been fantastic. And we have learned to play and drink and have a good time and still be professional at the same time.
And build our ego risers. And everything is complete with 2 shows left.
Yes, exactly.
Finally have everything done just in time.
Yeah, we're finally ready. We're finally ready for the tour to start. And it's over. Yeah.
Well, that being said, that it is winding up for folks that maybe missed out. What's up next? When's going to be the next tour? Do we know yet? Or are you guys taking a little break? Or holiday season is coming up and all that good stuff?
Okay. I was just going to say, we definitely were ready to take a bit of a break. And I think we've got lots of stuff planned for next year. So probably spring-ish, you can plan to see some new stuff. I'm not going to say exactly what that new stuff is, but we've got some exciting stuff coming up next year for sure.
Now, that's kind of hard to believe because you guys just put out a box set with like 40 songs, I think it is, something along that, and you've got new stuff coming out, but I want to give you a chance to kind of plug the box set as it was. Tell us first a little bit about it.
Okay. That's really hard to wrap up real quick, but I'll just say...
Take your time.
In 2016, we put out Decade 1, which had 5 old songs that we reproduced and 5 brand new songs, and then we decided to do Decade 2, which is, basically the other half, as well as acoustic versions of those tunes, plus a couple of covers. And then we also have a Decade 3, which is 10 demos and 10 B-sides. So altogether, that's the whole point of it was the box set's called History of Revolution, and it's about the history of the band, getting to this point. And really very much, especially with this lineup of the band that, kind of started in 2012, this kind of feels like the beginning for us, in many ways. So it's a very exciting time for us.
Touch base for people that maybe lost touch over the last couple of years about the lineup, because, I think, let's see if I got it right. You're original, and you've been in... you've been in Comeback, right?
No, I'm fairly new.
He's the new guy.
So update folks like who you are and like how you came to the Veer Union real quick.
Oldest first, I guess.
Okay,
Ryan.
yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll start with Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah, I joined the band in 2012, and Crispin and I met through a mutual friend, and yeah, so that's how we met, and Life Support was the first record I was on.
You're leaving out so much.
Yeah, I am. I'm leaving out so much.
Yeah.
I'm leaving out so much.
Yeah.
But
You
there's
said quickly.
Yeah, you did say quickly.
Yeah. Well, look, I want to just say a really important thing is, and it's not exactly a happy story, but Ryan, when I first met him, he was going through a really rough time because his fiancée had just passed away from cancer. And I had just had my band leave me, essentially, and got dropped from Universal. I was like, okay, well, I guess this is over. And then we had a couple of festivals. Veer Union had a couple of festivals. At that point, whoever Veer Union was, I met Ryan through a mutual friend. He was like, dude, let's do this. So we drove across the country, 50-hour drive, and on the way back, he was like, you know what, man, I've always wanted to do this. Why don't we keep it going? And I'm like, yeah. So Ryan is really, responsible for kind of keeping the Veer Union alive. And then at the same time, it was his birthday. That's when we met Dan.
I like parties. I like birthdays too. So of course I was at a birthday party.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I wasn't a random guy walking around. I knew Ryan through it.
Dan and I had known each other for a couple of years, and we were looking for members, and I was like Dan, because Dan was...
First show I played with you guys was Boonstock on the bass.
That's right.
Played bass for the first show.
Yeah, you did.
That's right. And then I played guitar and I sang after that. And
and then
Bass.
There's no more bass.
Now the bass,
Just like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go ahead.
Well, I joined the band like a year ago, something. But I've known these guys for like years. We go like way back.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just happened that the drummer they had at the time, I guess, kind of bailed last minute, and they're like, "Hey man, you want to maybe join the band and see what happens?" And I was like, "No," but
We forced him into it. We're like, "Listen, dude, I can't make it right.
Yeah, you
I can't.
can.
Yeah, I can't make that
You
joke.
can.
Yeah. You know what? I will say this though. Since Ricardo's joined the band, it has definitely been the most cohesive the band has ever been, and I know myself personally, and the happiest ever that I've ever been in this band.
Likewise.
With this current lineup, and we've always been really lucky. We've had great people in the band and great members, but since Ricardo joined the band, it was just like everything gelled. It's just been amazing. So.
I gotta laugh because when we were on the bus last time, you're kind of a quiet guy. You sat there quietly.
well, I was just in the back, 'cause, you know, like
I know,
when
but then you got on stage. This different person came out all of a sudden. Is that something normal that people are a little taken back when they see you on stage?
things like I'm one of those people that if I don't have anything to say, I just don't. You know, like I just don't speak for no reason. So if there's a reason to say something, I will say it. You know, that's
But don't get on his bad side, because I've seen that too, and I was like, oh my goodness, that person's getting destroyed.
As I said, if I have something to say, I will say it. So you know.
But one
either good or
of
bad.
the things that's the toughest about being in a band is it's everyone has to be of a certain caliber, but above that, it's the personalities and certain personalities. If you have too much of one personality or too much of another, it doesn't work. And what's so great about everyone is that we all have a little bit of a different personality, and it works so well. And with Ricardo, it's just like, it's awesome. So.
Yeah.
Now, how much I'm curious with Dan, like your guys' harmonies. We did the VIP thing last time and got the chance to hear you guys harmonize right here on the bus. How quickly did you already know that was going to work out, or how much practice and trial and error went into that?
There was a new drummer fairly soon after I joined the band. We were doing work with the drummer, so I didn't really get much time with Crispin and our vocals. So I kind of really had to brush up on them on the first tour. And it was still not there, in my opinion, for like 3/4 way the tour, 3/4 through the tour, right? And it's something that's really locked in the last couple of years for sure.
Yeah.
That's just effortless, more effortless now. But
I think that it was the acoustic tour that really,
Yes. I
agree.
really
That was
made
one
us.
of the
Yeah,
really
because we really started focusing on
Yes.
on our vowel sounds and,
Yes.
and lining them up, and now because of that acoustic tour, the rock stuff is so much easier.
I
It's
totally
just way
agree.
more
So that's
dialed
something we've interviewed a lot of bands. I've never heard that term before. So focus on their vowel sounds. What does that mean to a non-singer?
how you pronounce a word,
Wow, I would have never thought of it ever.
your enunciation,
in.
even.
Yeah.
Like both these guys are phenomenal singers, and both of them are just like I said, they're phenomenal. And when it comes to actually blending, it's surprising how like vowel sounds and things like that. It's the little things that make it great.
And how many
And
drinks you have? If I have 3 drinks, you must have 3 drinks.
Yeah, totally.
If I have 3 and a half
keep it
drinks,
balanced.
That's why we got to sit beside each other. You know, sometimes we finish each other's sentences, or we say the same thing
Actually,
at the
that
same
is
time.
true. That has.
Well, sitting in the city, I can say this because I'm from here. Sitting in the city with the worst accent in the entire planet, I can kind of
This
now see how that
accent's
goes.
nothing, bro.
But
This is-
I don't have much of it left. You
No,
only
this
hear certain
accent's
words, but-
Baltimore. We're in
but,
Baltimore.
there's something else. So, hey, we were talking, man. Your song "Living That Alive" has been our #1 song for 3 weeks now, and
Thank you.
so
Thank
got to
you.
have a chance to hear the message from the band, the message behind the song.
Here.
Yeah.
So living that alive. I feel like a lot of people in this life that they're living right now, they'll be stuck in a dead end job. They're stuck in a bad relationship, and it's amazing to see how many people will be in a bad situation and do nothing about it. The only thing that they'll do is they'll go to their job that they hate, go to their one friend that they have that they don't really like very much, and bitch about how much they hate everything. And when really, it's if you just wake up that one morning and go, you know what, I'm going to change my life. It's the scariest thing in the world. But until that moment of going, I'm going to change my life, you will be living not alive. We are lucky to be on this planet living. So if you're going to be on the planet, don't be living not alive. That's one message. The other message is a lot of people are kind of so reliant on social media, and everybody's just sitting on their phones and sitting on their and not really living in the moment. Everyone's just like, I'm having a really
being a human.
Yeah, but how many times do you see somebody going, I'm having a terrible day? 5 seconds later, you see a post from them going, today is so amazing, blah, 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 blah. And it's making everybody become so kind of fake. Let's just be honest. And so it becomes you're living not alive, and then they don't get enough likes on their post, and so then they're depressed. and then so now everybody wonders why everyone's so depressed, and it's because of the social media that everyone's not getting enough likes. And so this is living not alive, and it's like we're human. We are not machines, and that's really kind of the message behind we're all guilty of it, including ourselves. It's our job to do social media. All I'm trying to say is, don't forget to live.
Yeah. And then, likewise, tell me a little bit about the making of the music video for that tune as well, because a lot of people are going to see that one too.
It was interesting, this video. This video was, we worked with a different team on this one, and we had only seen one video that they had done before, and we were like, it was pretty good. Maybe we should, give this a go. We had a limited budget, and honestly, the very first draft of the video, we were like, oh gosh, we're in big trouble. And we kept working it, and it was like, wow, this might be one of the best videos we've ever done. So you just never know. It's no different than making a song. It's just another extension of the creative process of making an album. We're just excited about how it turned out. We're glad that
really happy it turned out the way that it did.
Yeah. And then we got our first nomination for a video award. So I think that it's going well.
Well deserved, and we think so. I mean, we'll travel to see you guys, and I appreciate you all taking the time tonight. I'm going to let you go because I know you got to get on stage pretty soon here. So, hey, anything else you want to share with the fans? Where to go to find stuff? Buy your music, buy your merch, all that good stuff. Where's the best launching point to go?
Absolutely. You go to theveerunion.com. We have all our merch as well as CDs. We also have bundles there. And
you go to facebook.com/theveerunion.
Instagram, The Veer Union.
That's it, I think.
You can also go to Twitter, theveerunion.com. Just essentially go Google the Veer Union. You're going to see.
You're the only ones.
Yeah. Anywhere you'll find us.
And one of the biggest things fans can do to help us all out, other than going to the store and buying stuff, is add us on your Spotify playlist or Apple Music, because that's it's the new way of making
hearing more and more of that.
Back.
Yeah.
So that would be great. So thanks.
Please buy the CD. But after you get the CD, don't play it. Just stream it.
And I'm going to give you my own advice on that one here. Find the acoustic part of that CD and just hit the repeat button. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys, for being here.
Thank you.